Millionaire dares waitress to play piano. Seconds later, the whole room gasps. The rain drummed steadily against the grand windows of La Belle Époque, a high-end restaurant in downtown Chicago. Beneath the golden glow of chandeliers, well-dressed patrons clinked glasses and indulged in expensive cuisine. Among them sat Jonathan Sterling, a self-made millionaire whose name was as well-known as his fortune. Jonathan was celebrating a deal that had just added another zero to his net worth, but despite the extravagant meal and lively company, he felt empty. Success had brought him wealth, but somewhere along the way, it had also stolen something, his sense of wonder. As he absent-mindedly stirred his bourbon, his attention drifted to a young waitress rushing between tables. Her uniform was neatly pressed, but her tired eyes and worn shoes told a different story. She moved with grace, balancing trays effortlessly, yet there was something else about her, an aura, a quiet strength. "Excuse me," Jonathan called as she passed. "What's your name?" "Ava, sir," she replied, flashing a polite but weary smile. Jonathan studied her for a moment. "Ava, tell me, if you could do anything in the world, what would it be?" She hesitated, surprised by the question. Then, as if the words had been locked inside her for years, she whispered, "I'd play the piano again." A ripple of silence passed through the table. His business associates exchanged amused glances, but Jonathan leaned in, intrigued. "Again?" he asked. Ava nodded. "I used to play when I was little. Music was everything to me, but life got in the way." Her voice was laced with something unspoken, something heavy. Jonathan smirked, an idea forming in his mind. "Tell you what, play something for us on that piano over there, and I'll tip you, generously." His tone was teasing, but beneath it, he was curious. Ava's breath caught. The glossy grand piano in the corner had been a silent witness to countless dinner parties, but never had she imagined sitting at it. She glanced around. The entire room was now watching. Her hands trembled as she walked toward the piano, her heart pounding. It had been years, could she even remember? She sat down, pressing her fingers against the cool ivory keys. For a moment, nothing. Then, like a river breaking through a dam, the music poured out of her. A soft, delicate melody filled the air, its notes whispering stories of loss, resilience, and dreams once abandoned. As she played, her posture changed, no longer a weary waitress, but an artist lost in the world she was meant to inhabit. The restaurant fell utterly silent. Glasses froze midway to lips, conversations died on tongues. Even the kitchen staff peeked through the doors, drawn by something undeniable. And then, Ava closed her eyes and transitioned into a crescendo, a piece so raw and powerful that it felt like the very walls were breathing with it. By the time the final note hung in the air, there wasn't a